Peace, love, harmony, and light. My brothers and sisters, how y'all feeling? This is Chief Kalinago with a video. And once again, my brothers and sisters, I really cannot help myself but keep it 100 with you. I have to be authentic all the time, whether the truth hurts you or not. I can't help myself. I'm addicted to speaking truth. But, man, where do I even go with this? But anyway, we are fighting two wars right now. We are fighting a spiritual war and we are fighting a physical war. And many of y'all may be aware of the physical war, but you're not aware of the spiritual war. Some of y'all may be aware of the spiritual war and not aware of the physical war. Some of y'all are just completely lost, not aware of anything. But either way, what happens in the physical realm, believe me, it is something that you have dealt with in the spiritual realm, because it has to manifest in the spiritual realm first. So all the spiritual battles that we are fighting is literally what we are manifesting right here. And a lot of people don't realize that our ancestors are actually at war. They are at war fighting in the spiritual realm while we are here fighting these spiritual battles. But what people don't realize, you have to connect the two and make it one so we could fight each other's battles. Because you see, it's all about free will. And they cannot just intervene just like that. You feel me? We have to reach out to them so that they could assist us the same way that we have to step up on a higher vibration, on a higher frequency, and help them fight their battles. All right? We have to put their spiritual practices that they used to practice to deal with those demons. We have to learn the ways of our ancestors so that we could use those tools to fight. A lot of people on here screaming indigenous and American Aboriginal. I don't even think y'all know what it means. You see, it is just like the new movement. You know, Black Power, African American, Negro, niggers, Afro-American, Moors, you see, Israelites, just going through the motion, and everything just seems to be another movement, okay? The conscious community, the Pan-African community, everything just seemed to be a community. Everything just seemed to be all talk because everybody's arguing. Well, not arguing, because arguing is good, okay? When you argue, you resolve things. You bring things into light. You seek truth. But everybody's debating. So the true etymology of debate is to beat down. So that's all y'all want to do, is beat each other down. You feel me? Being indigenous and American Aboriginal is more than just talking about it. It's about stepping into it. Do you really think, for those of you who are actually disillusional, do you really think that the people who came here in 1492, that came here to steal our land, they told you we came to kill, steal, and destroy? Okay? People who come to your land with that type of mentality, do you think that they would actually, yes, they took your land, they raped our grandmothers, okay? They raped their children, their daughters, they sodomized our men and our boys. You feel me? Even some of our ancestors, the women, the matriarchs, they had to literally kill their babies. They had to murder their babies, okay? To save them from the butchery of the colonizers. Huh? So do you put yourself in that mindset and that state of mind in that era, what our ancestors was dealing with? Huh? And to even top it off, I mean, yes, the physical, barbaric, Genocide is one thing, but it's still physical. And I'm not saying it's irrelevant, but imagine somebody coming to take your spiritual beliefs, your spiritual practices. Okay. The core of what holds you together. Okay. The true essence of what connects you to your creator, that was taken from you, and you were given false gods, idols to worship. And that's what you worship nowadays in all your churches, on every corner of our inner cities and outer cities and urban cities and wherever. Can you imagine that? And you have a few people that's waking up, but even the ones that wake up and they know they're indigenous and they're aboriginals, they're on the internet arguing and fighting with people who are lost. Not arguing, but debating. I mean, my brothers and sisters, am I the only one who sees what's going on? Am I the only true warrior that's left? This is more than just talking. These people are not just going to give you back what they took from you. Why do you think they killed all our elders and our ancestors? They murdered them. They took our land by force. Do you think they're just going to give it to you? Huh? And then you stand in long lines, voting, begging them for rights that the Creator gave you? Like, where do they do that at? First of all, your vote don't count. It don't mean a damn thing. It don't mean anything. That's besides the point, though. The point I'm trying to make is, do you think that saying you just, oh, well, I'm indigenous. Oh, well, I'm an aboriginal. Give me back what's mine. Do you think talking that on the internet is going to change anything? You really think so? Man, for me, I wish, you know what? And it's just a wish. I wish I was in the time. Maybe I was, because I have the spirit of my ancestors in me. So maybe I was in that time because they showed me in visions what they went through. So it could have been a flashback. I don't know. But it was so vivid that I saw what they experienced and they showed me and I cried. A grown man crying in my kitchen in Brooklyn one evening. They showed it to me. And they showed me what they went through, our women, our children. And I cried for hours and hours and hours and hours. And I made a promise to my ancestors that I'm going to fight for y'all. I'm going to fight on your behalf. I don't care if it's just me. I don't care if I have to go up against the beast by myself. But I'm not just going to just talk about it. I'm going to walk the walk. I'm going to step in your shoes. And I'm going to pick up the baton and let the enemy do what they feel they have to do with my body. But they cannot enslave my spirit, because I got the spirit of my ancestors in me. And I'm going to stand up and fight, because being an indigenous man or an aboriginal, it's more than just getting on the internet and talk and debate and talk a lot of bullshit. It's more than that. Okay? It's more than just making people feel good. Oh, you know what? Yeah, brother. Yeah, sister. Yes, that's right. It's more than that. Okay? It's more than just selling a dream. They still got y'all chasing fiat currency, trying to put y'all in debt. But they call themselves aboriginals. But when these people came, they saw us in nature. That's where we were most powerful. And they had to take us out of nature and bring us into the inner cities to take away that connection we had with the trees and nature, because they couldn't beat us in nature. They couldn't beat us in the wilderness. So they called us savages. But nowadays you have all this civilized civilized indigenous people, civilized aboriginals. You know what I'm saying? Mainstream aboriginals, internet aboriginals. That's what y'all are. Because y'all ain't stepping up in these people's faces. You feel me? Y'all living the dream. Y'all living the fantasy. Y'all don't know what it means to be an aboriginal. If you're an Aboriginal, you'll be on the land, planting your own food, having your own electricity, not paying rent, having your own water, and preparing yourself, teaching your children how to fight and defend themselves, arming yourself. That is our right as indigenous people of the land. But y'all talking about y'all indigenous, y'all Aboriginals, while they're continuing to take your children through CPS or ACS. Your job is taxing you to hell. You're losing your homes because of bank fraud, foreclosure. You cannot even travel your land because you need permission, you need a license. And then you have to go and stand up on long lines and beg them for your own rights. Beg. Oh, I'm going to vote for this one. Oh, yes, if this one vote, oh, well, he's black. Don't you know black is death? Black is a curse. Man, so I'm just saying, you know what? I wish I could have been back in my ancestors' time when the true American Indian warriors walked this land. I believe in my heart I was one of them. I feel it in my spirit. Because every time I read their stories and I read about the warriors, the real ones, I see me in them. Because I'm stepping up. I'm walking the walk. I'm making the calls. I'm talking to these people. This is my land, and you're not going to disrespect me in my land. I'm making moves while y'all on the internet arguing and bickering, not arguing, but debating and fighting each other. But y'all Aboriginals, but y'all living in apartments. Y'all Aboriginals, right? Y'all ain't growing y'all own food. And don't get me wrong. I used to be there, but at some point we have to step up and be what we say we are or who we say we are. And even if you in the cities, you still have to get up and fight where you at. But y'all over here begging. You really think that these people just gonna sit back and say, oh, well, you know what? Yes, they're the indigenous people. Okay, just give it back to them. You know, just give it back to them. Y'all live in an illusion. Y'all live in a fantasy. Y'all live in a dream. And trust me, any man or woman who's going to beg for their rights, that is the sign of a vanishing race. Because that's what they want to do. They want to make you extinct. But our ancestors are holding on to see if we will actually stand up and fight. But trust me, they themselves are getting tired and weary. Y'all don't think so? Go ahead and think everything is peaches and cream. You feel me? Do you think because you have on drip and because you have American Declaration and because you have House Resolution and because you have treaties, you think all that's enough? That's not enough. That is just on paper. And yes, we could use that. I'm not saying we can't, but we have to make sure that they honor it. We have to make sure that it's implemented. We have to make sure that they respect it, because it is not in their best interest to promote it. It is not in their best interest to tell indigenous people, hey, you know what? You have this to protect you. It is not in their best interest, because they want to continue making you a slave. But you call yourself indigenous. Do you know what indigenous means? Indigenous means of the land, in the land, working the land, building the land. That's what indigenous means. That's what American Aboriginal means. Nature, the wilderness. That's what it means. So y'all just talking. Y'all, you know what y'all are? Commercialized indigenous people. Commercialized Aboriginals. And I'm not talking about everybody. Who the cap fit, let them wear it. They know who I'm talking about. They know themselves. They know themselves. You see me? I will always speak truth. I will always stand on the truth, regardless of what anybody say. At the end of the day, they're going to talk about Chief Kalinago, but guess what? They will say, you know what, man? This brother right there, whatever y'all want to call me, he was real. He was one of the real ones. Believe me. And I don't want nobody bringing no flowers to no funeral for me. I don't want that. Don't put me in no box. Okay? Don't put me in no box. All right? Just put me in the just put me in the soil, or burn my ashes and throw it in the wind. Let me just be free. Because this right here, man, this right here, y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all are too timid. Y'all are too weak. Y'all are too fearful. All our men are scared. You even got women nowadays who got more balls than men. Like literally. You feel me? Literally. I'm telling y'all, man, if y'all don't step up and stand up to these people, man, let me tell you, we don't stand a chance, y'all. We don't stand a chance. All the talking, just talking you indigenous is not gonna solve anything. Talking about you Aboriginal is not gonna solve anything. You feel me? I don't care how many business, how many business endeavors you get involved in, you are still a slave in this system. So all that talking, that rah don't mean nothing. Okay? Who's stepping up to make sure that they respect us? That's who I respect. Okay? Not on the internet fighting your brothers and your sisters. Even so what they lost. So what they don't know who they are. You feel me? At the end of the day, no matter what you call yourself, we're still being persecuted. I don't care if you call yourself a Moor, an Israelite, a Pan-Africanist, an indigenous man or woman, an Aboriginal. I don't care what you call yourself, an African. I don't care what you call yourself. All over the earth, dark-skinned people are being persecuted. Man, I'm doing all I can in my time. Because you know what? When I get out of here, bruh, I ain't coming back. I ain't coming back to deal with stiff-necked people, man. I'm not going to come back. Like, real talk. I already told my ancestors, let me fulfill. Please, use me as a vessel to fulfill the purpose that I came here for. Because I ain't coming back. I'm not coming back. That's it for me. I'm graduating. I'm moving on to the next realm. Take me somewhere, on some Star Wars shit. You know what I'm saying? Where we're going to be fighting with lasers. Let me meet some real Padawans. You know what I'm saying? Some real warriors. Because I'm tired of that. Or take me to a place where it's all peace. Seeing that I've already fought all my battles. Let me just enjoy my life. Because this right here, nah. This can't be real. This cannot be real because the brothers and sisters who's supposed to be stepping up, who have the knowledge, you feel me? Supposed to be putting our boots on the ground to put in that work. They on the internet arguing with people. Well, why I keep saying arguing? Debating with people. Okay? Who's right and who's wrong? Who's not this and who's not that? What is the difference between y'all and the conscious community? What is the difference between y'all and the Pan-Africanists? What is the difference between y'all and the Israelites? Y'all always put down. And the Moors y'all always put down. I see Moors doing more than y'all doing. I see Moors setting up their government. Okay? I see Moors doing their thing. And I got more respect for them than some of y'all Aboriginals. Like, real talk. And guess what? I would never call myself a Moor because I don't believe I'm a Moor. But I have more respect for them. Regardless of what, they're still my brothers and they're still my sisters. Regardless. Because they putting in that work. They putting in that work while y'all keep talking. I know Israelite brothers who are putting in the work. But these so-called indigenous people, Aboriginals, all they want to do is talk and debate. Okay? Put our people in debt. Opposed to coming back to the land and building. Okay? Building our defense. Man, listen, man. Y'all just sitting ducks. That's just real talk. That's just real talk, man. That's why my circle is small, man. All right? That's why it's small. I vibe with everybody, but my circle is small. And when I say my circle is small, the people who know that they are part of my circle and I'm part of their circle, they know who they are. Like, real talk, because this doesn't even make sense. Every day your oppressors are making moves to make sure they hold on to what they took from us. And instead we start moving in the direction to prepare ourselves for what's coming. People on the internet debating. Huh? Man, anyway, man, you know what? Sometimes we all need to let off some steam. So that's just me letting off some steam. I'm good. I'm alright. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to do what I got to do. I'm not frustrated. I'm just, I'm just, like I said, we all need to vent sometimes. And I realize it's a spiritual and a physical battle. So earlier today, I was sun gazing, asking my ancestors, asking the Great Spirit, you know what? Just give me the vision, give me the strength, give me the motivation, give me the determination. All right? Give it to me. Show me the way. Give me the strength. Give me the protection so I could step up on behalf of my ancestors, because I know that I'm on the right path, and I'm stepping in. Yes, there's some big shoes to fill, but I wear a size 13, so I'm certainly sure it's not a problem for me to walk in my ancestors' shoes. A real warrior, not just talking, but I'm doing. Wish I could say the same for all of y'all on the internet calling yourself Aborigines and indigenous people. I'm out. Peace.